abantu bajja tusala. Petson, continue.
The biggest problem that we have is that gray area. You see the knowing that kat kino cha Isaiah, kino cha Bob. I'm just using that because of your professions. That's where the problem is, because sometimes there are some people who would say, me, I took Bob's disease to Isaiah and Isaiah fixed it. And you're giving us the example of your brother who had the headache, your cousin. Then the other side is there are some people who are saying, no, that doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. You have to go to Bob to treat your Now the problem is that to that gray area, which one goes here, which one doesn't go here. And we keep struggling with it. I don't know, but maybe it just depends on what works eventually.
Personally, I don't think there is a gray area, Petson. And the reason I don't think there is a gray area, it is because what is gray when you have tested? Because when you have a physical ailment, why would you go to church first? You shouldn't go to church first when you feel physical, when you have physical issues. Go to the physicians. That's where you need to go. You have malaria, don't run to church. Yeah, don't kneel down to pray. In fact, when you kneel down to pray, what are you praying for? What do you know? All you know, you are feeling pain. Do you know the cause of that pain? First of all, go and see your medical doctor. And I've always told you here that every profession that you see here on planet Earth is a revelation of God. Why do people think that God is only in churches? God is in the hospitals. Medical workers are pastors to the body. The religious workers are pastors to your spiritual life. Financial managers are your pastors of finances. This is all the revelation of God. And I keep telling people, do not run to church, okay? Before you confirm what the problem is, because you might take the wrong problem to the wrong people. So for me, there is no gray area. It is only that we are lazy. We do not want to investigate our problems. We are very superstitious. Someone fails sick or fails to succeed. Then the next thing you know they are being prayed for because someone is bewitching them. But have you made an analysis? Have you talked to people? Have you reviewed the process? Have you identified the choices, the right and wrong choices that you made? So these things are very, these things are very, very crucial. You cannot just wake up and say, these are demons. These are demons. First of all, what do you know about demons? Do you have the ability to tell what is a demon and what it is not? Do you know what demon possession is? Do you know how someone is possessed? It's like medical workers keep warning us against self-medication. And we don't listen. We keep running to these pharmacies. By the time we get to the hospitals and we're bedridden, we have abused almost all the medicine. And the doctors, the Muyanja, have to go back to the laboratory to do new investigations and research to find out now which drug can help us, because we have entirely abused all the drugs. Why? Because we are wisecking and treating ourselves, yet it's not even our profession. So people should stop assuming, number one. Number two, They should stop running to churches with problems that are not for the church. Yesterday I was talking to people at the fellowship. Why you run to God every time? Why? You've been a Christian for the last 15 years and you're still running to God with every issue. Then I asked them, if you work for a big company, and that company has a CEO, how many people access the CEO's office? And they told me a few. Top management only accesses the CEO's office with serious issues, because the CEO office addresses serious issues. But you have flu, you are praying. You have malaria, you are into the office of the CEO. You you need 10,000 shillings. You run into the office of the CEO. I was like, why do you keep running to this guy's office? The CEO of the universe is handling the lack of 10,000 shillings. Really?
And now the assumption is if the guy is your birthday,
Yes.
yeah, it doesn't matter the magnitude of the problem.
Okay, fine. But don't you feel embarrassed? Because Peterson, you are my brother and you're my friend. I cannot call you and tell you, give me 5,000 shillings. I can only call to tell you that give me 500,000 Peterson. You have 500,000. That there's a difference. I can't run to you telling you give me 5,000 shillings just because you're my birthday. So really, all that I'm saying is that we should stop taking. Actually, we should first of all identify the problem. Okay, make sure you have understood what the problem is. Then from that stage, you can now tell where you can address that problem from. I wonder why Christians go to church to pray for money. We all know the process of money. Money is not prayed for. And the pastors and the teachers in the church are telling the flock that there is something called miracle money. I don't know which currency is that. Miracle money. I mean, there's nothing like that. Money is not magic. It's not. Then people run to churches when they are sick without even a diagnosis, a medical diagnosis.
Even looking for jobs, they pray to go to get them jobs. But
They go to
jobs. There's a way of getting jobs. Apply, look, but people are going there and they are playing.
So let us first.
But Isaiah, for
Yes.
you're talking about that diagnosis, and you go to that. Do you know there are some doctors who have studied, and you even find that he's a PhD holder in medicine and all that, but he still believes in his pastor to be the one to even give him advice on certain medical issues. So I think the issue is belief, and I think you know this. Yes. You find someone, he's a doctor, he's a professional, he has studied these things, but he's consulting Kakande on health matters.
This is sad. This is sad.
Benson. I mean, that is very true, and that is how powerful things like religion, tribe, or politics, affiliation, they blind someone of even what they know. I know a doctor here, they're Ugandan doctor, they are here, they studied here, you can imagine, they studied here, their medicine, they studied it. But I was talking to them recently, and they started a program for them. They are not believing in the medicine of the hospital. And this is someone who studied in a very, what you would call an Ivy League medical school, but they are saying, no, I think God created a way of which we can be healed, and they are championing that. So is that, if even after someone having got a PhD or having got a medical degree or then they are side blinded by their religious views. So that shows you how powerful belief is, that it can even overshadow the wisdom or the understanding you have. And you know, we have lots of examples in the Bible where, you know, either Solomon or David or are saying, in all thy getting, get understanding or get wisdom. Kubanga, if you need to know how things work, just as we are saying here. You know how to get a job. You know how malaria is healed. Why are you blinded to go to church to pray for the malaria parasites to just disappear? Ng'omanyi nti wali waliwo antimetha, anti whatever, gospel okutekinga, which God has already revealed, and it heals you in 3 days. So the power, I don't know how the power of belief on individuals, that it overshadows even the knowledge. I don't know how to describe that.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
Yeah, I agree. And I was going to give an example. I know someone who has a sick child, sickle cells, and this person is a medical doctor. Guy is the guy who got, I think, 24 points at A level and studied medicine. But man, the treatment now is prayer. Hey.
Now, now it is really sad. It is sad, but let me talk about these. I think these three things, if not four. Good evening, everyone. This is in truth and in spirit, World of Worship Fellowship. It is a Monday. Every Monday we do a Q&A or a Q&R, question and responses. We invite all questions ranging from life, relationships, religion, belief, and whatever challenges that you might be having that are sociological. Those questions we pledge to give a response, and then let the rest be done by God himself to inspire you and add to that. You're welcome, all of you. You don't see any new member here to invite. They are the usual suspects. I hope you're all okay. Today, our moderator is not feeling well. We have advised him to go to the hospital before he prays, so that the hospital determines what he's going to be praying for. But for now, let's hope he'll be well and he gets all the necessary help so that we can have him. But he's here around, he's listening in, but not feeling well. So you're welcome. You're so much welcome. So you found us at a point where we're talking about what issues should we be addressing in church or in worship places, and what issues shouldn't we actually be addressing in those areas. And then Bob and Pedson were telling us about the power of belief, where we have seen even professionals in certain disciplines suspending what they know and what they studied in favor of belief, and then they start to be mystical where rationality is needed. So that's what exactly we're talking about, and I wanted us to share a few things, and I'd like to let me share a few things to you guys. Then I'll hear out your thoughts. First of all, there is something known as pain. There are a few people, a few of us, and I might not be one of them, who are rational during painful situations. Okay. Pain feeds on rationality. When you are in pain, you don't seem to think and to refer to what is logical and what is sensible. When you are in pain, whatever can save you from that pain is the most rational thing that you can appreciate. So for such a parent who was a secular child, I had a sister at the fellowship. I will mention her. She won't be angry. Ase has a secular daughter. but she took me through the struggle, what it means to have a sickler child. And I can tell you, you need to be born different to be a parent to a sickler, because it is hell. It is really hell. So if a doctor, all right, fails, at excuse me. Yeah, I'm back. So if a doctor who is a parent with sickler resorts to prayer instead of addressing the physiology from the medical perspective, then really you can sympathize with them from that aspect of pain. It is pain. He's in pain. Therefore, we will excuse them for not thinking. But again, the role of this fellowship and this arrangement is to make sure that you are prepared to always remember when you are in pain the importance of being rational and doing the right thing the right way, regardless of how much pain you're feeling. This is something that we need to train ourselves into, so that when we get into such a place, we can help ourselves to think regardless. I know it's not easy, and that's why I'm calling for training ourselves. Personally, I don't think I have matured in that respect. I break down. I'm also broken down by pain sometimes, and I don't act rationally. But this is something that we need. This is something we need. There is no way you can tell me that a medical doctor is suspending the professional medical advice in the name of thus says the pastor, thus says the prophet, thus says the imam. So I am really against the idea that belief should take the place of medicine. We are using these two examples. Belief shouldn't take the place of medicine unless medicine has been exhausted. We must start from the place of exhausting all the medical provisions, because I have always here emphasized that even medicine is divine provision. It is wrong for us believers to think that God has only provided for religion and medicine just came up from somewhere. I hear even pastors say that medicine is wisdom of the people. Then in church solutions is wisdom of God. I insist, and I'm telling you, no, both medicine and church is divine provision. God has provided medical solutions, and the same God has provided spiritual solutions in your workplaces. So you cannot say or mystify church solutions over and suspend other aspects of divine revelation. I have always told you here that every degree that you see on planet Earth, every degree, every profession is a revelation of God, and it is a provision. It is within the divine providence that I normally teach about. God has provided solutions in medicine. He has provided solutions in financial expertise. He has provided solutions in engineering. It is the same God that has provided all those solutions. So, and God does not want you to run and hide behind belief before you exhaust all those existing provisions that He Himself has put in place. And the problem with us is that we are so much in pain and we cannot think. And our pain has overstayed. We are now in a state of trauma. I was talking about that yesterday at the fellowship in our first service. That the problem with us is that sometimes it is not even us thinking, not us talking, not us acting, but our trauma. We've been so traumatized that we can't even think. Even when we come to church to worship, we give God a traumatic worship. We worship from that place of weakness, that place of pain, that place of bad history, bad background, bad experiences. We are in fear. We are constantly in fear. The doctor is, we don't even give doctors time to diagnose and treat us. We don't even give medicine time to work. We have that paranoia because trauma brings that paranoia. We start medicine and we don't take it like we are told. We run to other solutions because we know we are going to die. We are so afraid to die, like we are eternal here. So pain is a problem. That's the first issue. Until we learn how to deal with pain, we are going to make a number of mistakes that we would have avoided. We need to learn how to deal with pain. We need to learn how to deal with emotional pain. We need to learn how to deal with physical pain. We need how to deal with the pain in our thoughts. We are so oppressed, I know. The economy is not good, the health is not good, sociology, we have lost all the sociology, there are no relationships anymore. We are in pain generally. We are in pain. Everyone that you see is in pain. And the pain is not even caused by the economy for the poor. The poor are in pain. The wealthy are also in pain. So we now need to come up with a structure of a new society and a new kind of living, how we should train ourselves how to live with pain so that pain does not influence our choices and doesn't influence our living. Pain shouldn't influence how we talk to each other. Pain shouldn't influence our decisions. It shouldn't even determine our future. Well, it is in our present, granted. It has dominated our present, but pain shouldn't determine our future. So the first thing that I would like to deal with here, among the three things that I told you that I'm going to talk about, is how do we deal with our pain? And I'm asking you, whoever is listening to me, how do you deal with your pain? Are you actually even conscious? Are you paying attention to your pain? That some of the words that you say are from that context and that place of pain. And some of the decisions that you do, you're doing that. You are suspending all the knowledge, all that you are told because of pain. Some of us, we haven't even overcome the grief of all the loss that happened to us. Some 5 years ago, some 2 years ago, some 15 years ago. We are still operating within pain. You see, pain is a very difficult thing to deal with because it translates into anxiety, into grief, then it becomes a trauma. You act normal, you work, you even build projects, but you are still in pain. So sometimes when we speak to people and we're trying to tell them to change, etc., they're very protective. They're very protective and very defensive. Why? Because they have gone through some pain. They've just gone through some pain. The problem is that our psychologists, trained psychologists, have not helped us. Why? Because they are out of context. Okay? The books that trained our psychologists, our African psychologists, are Western books, so they are out of touch. They can't deal with our pain because the books that talk about pain are Western and our pain is African. Now, what has happened is that these other African traditional psychologists that we call the witch doctors are the ones now dealing with our pain. They are the African psychologists. So you find people running to these traditionalists, Mama Fina, iTiS, Mutula Kungo, then the pastors. The pastors and the witch doctors have taken the place of psychologists. Now, we don't have people who can help us psychologically in a very professional way. We don't have them. Because those who went to the universities to do degrees in psychology were fed with the wrong context. And when they talk to us, we are not in touch. And that pain now determines our decisions. This is why people in pain dismiss rationality and then start running to witch doctors, to pastors. Problems they would have addressed in different areas. And God has provided each and every solution for each and every problem that we have. My quarrel and my fight is for you Christians or believers or religious people to think that the church is there to solve every problem. No. The church has nothing to do with money issues, getting a job, healing a physical ailment. The church has nothing to do with that until you have exhausted all other means that address such problems. Then you come to church for a different diagnosis, by the way, before you even pray. Your pastor must have the capacity to investigate, to analyze. Before your pastor prays for you, he or she must have the capacity to make an analysis, an exhaustive analysis of your problem. But why is the pastor praying for the problem he does not even understand? And then he's telling that I was in heaven last night and God has showed me. Okay, take us through the process, how God has showed. Okay, what has God showed you? So that we start from there. But because we're in pain, we don't have the capacity to ask such questions. And it's very, very, very absurd. It's very absurd. Now, the other thing that I would like to talk about here is belief. Okay? Belief and faith. Gentlemen and ladies, there's a difference between belief and faith. I am not sure. I'll confirm with my producer Jethro and Serobide whether I've written about belief and faith in the past. But
hey, we have the write-up on record. The write-ups on record.
Brilliant. Please share those writings. Now, here's the thing, briefly. I want all of you people to understand that there's a difference between belief and faith. And the belief is when you convince yourself, regardless of your environment and the evidence in place. Belief is operating outside and beyond reality with no reference at all. That is belief. Belief is motivating yourself to face your fears, regardless of the magnitude and the size of the opponent that you're going to face. You just convince yourself. Belief is when a cat sees itself as a leopard. That is belief. Belief is not addressed into something external. Belief is addressed into something internal. That's why they say believe in yourself. You can't address belief elsewhere. That is belief. That is what I call the Eastern mysticism. The Hindu, the Buddhas, that is what they teach. Belief is the assumption that power is in you. It is the same philosophy that is eating up the Western world, because in the Western world, almost 70% of the people, each and everyone has a Buddha, and they do meditation and yoga. Self-empowerment. Belief has birthed a mega industry of self-help books. It is belief that gives birth to motivational speakers, all that industry that you see. You can be this. You are great. Believe that. You know, it is about how you see, how it is you. Look at things differently. Be positive. That is belief. That is belief. It is when a dog is told that if it believes in itself, it can beat a lion. It is telling 12-year boys that they can face Goliath because David faced Goliath when he was 12 years. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Belief is superstitious. Belief is all religions, okay? And major cults are built. They are built on the idea of belief. Belief is magnifying the existing thing out of its reality. Therefore, belief does not reason. Belief needs no evidence. Belief needs no assurance in the past. No, you start from here and you do that. That's belief. So majority of the population of this world operate within the constraints of that philosophy of belief. This is why people go to churches and they start telling them to confess. Say that I am great, I am great. Say that I am beautiful, I am beautiful. Say that I am powerful, I am powerful. Say that I am healed, you are healed. Rebuke HIV. Today you are living without HIV. You don't even have to test to prove. As long as you believe that you are healed, you are healed. Say that you will not die, you will not die. Your family will not bury anyone this year. Our family will not bury anyone in this year. I believe. That is it. That is belief. That's how belief works. When it comes to these signs and symbols and rituals, you look at, I am now holding a small bottle in my hand. You can talk to this bottle in belief, okay? And as long as you believe what this bottle can do, then that bottle does what you believe that bottle can do. Why? Because you've given it power through your belief. This is how all cults and all religions have venerated and mystified all these rituals and symbols and signs. Because you believe the Kaaba has some magical power. You believe the apparitions of Mary in the Catholic Church have some magical power. So you have to run there and pray. And whatever you pray, because you believe it will happen. So whether she appears in the window or in the tree, you run to that place. Same thing with the traditional religions. The tree of Nakaima in Mwende, which was recently cut down, had magical powers. Those rocks, phenomenal rocks, have power. Why? Because you believe they have power. Therefore, they have power. Just because you believe they have power. So belief gives power to these symbols and rituals and these ornaments and objects. So that is how belief works. And this is why we struggle with people to tell them that, okay, fine, I really appreciate your belief, but can we reason about this? No. These things you cannot reason. No. These are spiritual matters. Spiritual matters are spiritually discerned. You only need to believe. Have you heard people read you that verse? All you need is to believe. You don't need to go anywhere. Just believe. Just believe. Believe. So that is belief for you. Now, I don't have time, and I wanted to give you guys space before after I finished the third aspect. But I want you to start now looking at yourself and your environment, and look at the things that we do in the name of belief, the things that we have dismissed, and they're actually even divine, but in the name of belief. People believe that if you put your Bible under the pillow, you won't get bad dreams and you won't be attacked by the demons. When we ask how, they tell you, no, just believe. People believe that when you wear your rosary, or you walk around as a Muslim, counting your kalad. Kalad is that necklace with beads also that looks like a rosary. There is power in that. When you go to Hijjah as a Muslim and go to those Saudi Arabian countries, go to Mecca and pay that Hijjah, the visit there, you have some powers. Christians believe that when they carry some water from Jerusalem and some scarves and some ornaments from Jerusalem, where Jesus of Nazareth stepped, those things they got from Israel have some special power. Today, as we speak, Israel is worshipped as the people of God because they believe that these are the people of God. I wonder who we belong to, we who are not Israelites. But they believe that Israelites are more of the people of God than the rest of us are. It is belief. It is belief that when the pastor lays his hands on you and anoints you with oil, something is going to happen. When we ask how, explain how. They say, no, believe. So this is how we have got to this place. And all these things of belief are in the Bible. In the Bible, there is a complete religion and a cult I call Judaism that exercises the following. And that's why you see modern cults in Christendom and major religions are using the Bible as the reference point for belief. So you also need to sit down and ask yourself, am I a believer? Or I am exercising faith? Now that takes me to the third thing that I wanted to talk about. There is another thing known as faith. Because many people think that faith and belief are one and the same. Wrong. I also used to think so until I studied philosophy, number one, number two, and then I studied Greek of the New Testament. In fact, in the New Testament, when the New Testament talks about belief, it uses a different word in writing. And when it talks about faith, it also uses a different way of writing the same word. For instance, when it's talking about belief, it normally says pisteo. When it talks about faith, it says pistis. Now, back to philosophy, when you look at the philosophy of belief, it is an unquestioning conviction. You are so persuaded and convinced, and you can even kill and die for something that you cannot question, number one. Number two, for something that you cannot explain. Belief. But there's faith. Now, one of the mega verses that you need to start with. There are many other verses in the Bible about faith, but one of the mega for me, that's as far as I'm concerned. My young brother Peterson always accuses me of giving my personal statistics, and I don't don't deny that fact. Now, for me, the mega verse is in Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Verse 1. And it says, now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Now, does anyone have a Bible close to them? For those of you who are on this call, so that I get to hear other versions. No one has the Bible. No one is in the office still.
Hello?
Yes.
We're opening Hebrews 11.
Yes, verse 1.
Hebrews 11, verse 1. From the New Revised Standard. And NRSV says, now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen.
We have the same version. I need someone who has a different one.
I have good news.
What does good news say?
Good news says, in the past, God spoke to our ancestors.
11. You are reading chapter 1. You read chapter 11, verse 1.
Sorry.
That is chapter 1. That's chapter 1. Go to chapter 11.
Chapter 11, verse 1. To have faith is to be sure of things we hope for, to be certain of things we cannot see.
Now, KJV says, King James Version says, that now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence, of things not seen. Now, ladies and gentlemen who are listening to me, it is very important when you're reading the Bible to refer to the Greek text, because all our Bibles, from the English to the Runyankore, are all translations. Now, the Greek, the word translated as assurance in RSV and translated as confidence in NLT, and translated as of course also, I think, I don't know how Peterson yours, the Good News translated it. That word translated as substance, the Greek is hypostasis. Hypostasis. Now, hypostasis is the base, the environment, the foundation of your faith. Now, remember, with belief, there's nothing like that. Faith must have an hypostasis, a base. What do you base on to have faith?
Musumba.
There must be a hypostasis, yes.
Musumba, please come again. Please come again. Hypostasis.
Hypostasis is a base, a foundation, an environment. Faith is not something that can be entertained in a vacuum. To start with, you can't say that I have baseless faith. That is belief. Whenever you have baseless faith, that is belief. That is not faith. Christians are not believers. It is the secular people who are believers. Christians are faith-based people, and there must be a hypostasis. The guy who wrote Hebrews was very particular. That is why in verse 6 he says that whoever comes to God must have faith that there is God. But for you to have faith that there is God, there must be a base that you are working with. Why are you saying there is God? These are the debates that we normally engage in, me and Jethro, with the atheists. Why? What are your reasons? In fact, I think it was in Peter where he said that, be prepared, dear all who have faith in God, to give a reason for your faith. I saw Nicholas here. Nicholas, can you look for that verse, please?
By the Isaiah.
Yes.
There's Reverend Paul, Reverend
Yes.
Bukenya,
Yes.
Raymond Bukenya, who has joined us. He's also a theologian.
Oh, he's welcome. He's welcome. Let's first finish this and then welcome all the members. Do you guys understand? So faith starts at that point. Now, this guy who wrote Hebrews uses another word. And the word is, because now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Key word, faith is evidence. Now, the Greek is elengokos or eligokos. Now, eligokos is proof. It is proof. It is the ability to have variables that can be tested. Now, let me ask you, dear brothers, who said that you have faith and you are in church praying for miracle money, and you're saying, I am faithing for miracle money? Where is the lingekos? Where is the proof that money can be miraculous? Where is the proof? Reverend Nicholas, I wanted you to look for the verse that says that be prepared to always give a reason to anyone who asks you the reason for your belief in God, for your faith in God. It is somewhere in Peter. So for people who go to church before they go to the doctor when they are sick, where is the proof that prayer heals untreated malaria when there are measures to be treated? Because I normally tell people, you can only pray for malaria when you cannot access medicine, when you can't access any doctor, when you can't access anything physical that can treat that malaria, then you pray. Why? Because you have now the elengekos, the proof that there is no way.
First Peter 3:15.
Thank you. What does it say?
It says that, but in your hearts sanctify Christ as Lord. Always
Yes.
be ready to make your defense to anyone who demands from you an accounting for the hope that is in you.
Exactly. So gentlemen, all I wanted to tell you is that Christians, not religious people, Christians exercise faith. And I am here to inform you that faith cannot allow you to take malaria to the church bypassing hospitals. That is not faith. That is belief. That is occultic. That is superstition. I mean, I don't know how to call it. Faith directs you to the medical doctor because the medical doctor is divine provision. God heals malaria through medical doctors. He can only heal malaria when he has not provided that provision. So this is why we're asking people, before you run to these churches and to these pastors and to these prophets of yours, before they start stealing from you and abusing you, both physically, emotionally, and spiritually, you first exhaust the entire revelation of God. God has provided solutions. There is no way you can tell me that the pastor and the prophet tells you that you bring all your money on your bank account, we pray for it so that it can multiply. No, 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 no. God has provided financial revelation through financial experts. You need a financial expert to help you, not your pastor. Your pastor has never studied economics. Your pastor cannot be telling you what to spend on what and what. No, it is the revelation of the accountant. The pastor of your money is your financial manager. That is the pastor of your money. The pastor of your body is your doctor. The pastor of your legal problems is your lawyer, not your pastor. You cannot rebuke someone who has taken you to court and then you go into fasting and prayer. The case is in the court. You need a lawyer, not a pastor, to rebuke the law. Calling the legal system a demon. That is not faith. That is witchcraft.
Who is your pastor at university for a degree?
It is your professor. You don't go to pray for grades in church. You read books. God has provided all that. That's why you are in school.
So the professor has the anointing for your grades.
They are all anointed. So you shouldn't take if you're possessed by a demon, you don't go to the doctor. And I have always also asked the doctors here and other professions, once you diagnose and you exhaust all your science and you don't see the problem and someone is still hurting, these doctors also should have the ability to refer the demon to the church. We know how to deal with the demons. And pastors, I'm asking you, refer physical ailments to the hospital. That is faith, as opposed to belief and pain. May God bless you. I thought this was very important for me to establish. May God bless you.
Musumba waliyo abasumba abagoba liteeke ku gundi ku transcript oleka gwe tobamanyi.
Abo basawo baganda. Basawo baganda.
Yeah, Isaiah.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for that submission. I hope I got you right. I wanted to, is it, so for example, I'm just giving a scenario. If I have my son, okay, and I mean, he's going to sit for his P7, and he has never scored even a 4 or even first grade, okay, through his entire, you know, from whatever, P5, P6, even P7, and even the mock, he didn't get even a first grade. Now, I cannot come, unless it's just for motivational purposes, I cannot come and tell him, oh, son, I have faith in you, you will get 4. You know, I cannot say that because I mean, I believe, sorry, I can't tell him that I believe in you. You will get the 4, okay? Yet there is some amount of evidence that I mean, from history, there's no evidence to show that you can actually get. I wanted you to see if you can read that what you submitted. Does that make sense? So, all by faith, how can I bring such a scenario? Like, really, I can't come to him and say I believe in you unless I just want to motivate him to say, okay, my dad believes in me, so I can make it. but I know for sure that he cannot get a fault based on the past evidence. Does that make
Sure.
sense?
There is no crime in encouraging your stupid child and helping him or her improve by not putting them down. Deep in your heart, you know this is a failed cause, but it is my child. But you need to encourage them and see how you tune that child to do it, to even do other things in the event that all these things that you have invested in have failed. There's nothing wrong with that. But do not dare tell a cat that it is a leopard. That is belief. Because when it starts believing that it's a leopard, it is going to face leopards and it will not even last for 15 seconds.
Musumba.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Now, Musumba, based on how you expounded the term assurance and the term evidence, as present in Hebrews 11:1. The translations of English that we read in John chapter 3, verses 16, say that, for God so loved the world so much that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shouldn't perish, but have everlasting life. Based on how you've explained 11:1, I find the assurance of believing in Christ present in that text. Shouldn't it be therefore translated as whosoever has faith in him? Because him is already present. In other words, there is already a history. There is a God, and that God is present. Therefore, whosoever has faith in something already present, there is an evidence of history of the presence of that God. Wouldn't it be better to rendition that text as whosoever has faith in him?
Okay, thank you. Your question is about translation. Gospel Ninja, you're welcome. Your hand is up. Please go ahead. And
thank you very much.
Tell us who you are, please, before you continue.
I am Gospel Ninja. I'm Raymond Bukenya.
Okay.
Yes, I actually am responding back to that question, and these are my thoughts, especially given that we do have faith not interchangeably used with belief, but we do have an understanding of faith elsewhere and belief elsewhere. And indeed, in that John, from the beginning, the idea, the usage of belief in the Gospel of John is not only at that point. For example, from the start of the Gospel in John chapter 1, famous text, the sort of famous verse of whoever believed, for those who believed in him, and for those who received him and believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God. I think by the explanation you give, someone can conflict it. However, that's not the purpose in terms of belief being conviction without question. If I got you right. However, I want to distinguish that from faith. When it's faith is, if God has done something, for example, when you said God has given Jesus as his son, begotten son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish. Even before he has done anything, the belief that God has given him is grounded in the unquestionable existence of God himself. If you have that, if you have an unquestionable belief, and I don't know whether I'm wrong or right, I'm trading carelessly here. However, when it comes to faith, evidence-based in terms of what he has done, what he has done on the cross, what he has done in our midst, what we have seen and touched. That's what the apostles went out saying. We have seen, we have touched. We know, we have assurance because of what we have seen, and then what we hope for because basis of what we have seen, that has given us grounds to be sure, which is the assurance for what we haven't seen yet. Anyway, so but then the belief, I wouldn't want to get into the unquestionableness of its nature. However, it is innate in us to have a sense of belief, by worldview, or by whatever setup, whether culturally, whatever we are set, whatever we are, wherever we are. Like the Jews had that innate from when you're born and you're a Jew, you are told about Yahweh. All right. And so there was no question about the existence of Yahweh. However, if you have the question whether you had faith in him to, especially concerning salvation. So that's where I wanted to bring it in. Salvation by faith, especially concerning your salvation and redemption. I mean, I'm bringing in many threads here, but that's when I had belief and faith being juxtaposed together, because the of John 3:16, I was thinking, wait, there is belief there, but it's not the same thing as having faith in him. I don't know. I may be wrong, but remember the lot. Thank you.
No, sure, we appreciate. Thank you, Gospel Ninja. And one of the things I appreciate about your response is pointing out that John 3:16 is within a particular context.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, and that context is what happened and why it happened. So that constitutes the faith, therefore, or the justification for faith in Christ Jesus. So as you can see, faith, unlike belief, there must be that hypostasis, the firm foundation of the what and why. And I think we need to understand that. Then the other part, Peter, of your question is about translations that we have dealt with and will continue dealing with, where it should have used faith instead of belief. But how else could it appeal to you guys who are innately, as the Gospel Ninja said, fixed with belief?
Sumba.
One of the major,
Yes, Sumba, just from an English grammatical sense, there is a time when we use believe as a verb without a preposition, and where we use believe with a preposition. For example,
Wanji, you try to simplify for us, eh?
That is what he's doing. You're not giving. You're not giving time. You give him time so that he simply.
Hey.
Murife, don't run.
Okay. Yeah. There is a time when we say, Isaiah, believe what I say. Believe what I say. Pedersen has been appointed the prime minister, the minister of finance in the next cabinet. I tell you, believe what I say. Kati, you believe something now. Tewaliwo ka ini, tekaliwo ovu, tewaliwo. But there is also believe in. You don't believe in me? I love you. I love you. Don't you believe in me? Kati, kati mulungeza byanja ulao. Kati banaba translating mu John 3:16. Bakozesa akalimu in, believe in. Eyo muluyonani rendition eyo inawe njawulo nti teyagamba whosoever believes me, wabula yagamba whosoever believes in me. Ene waffe walinawe njawulo sebo.
Now, two things. There's something that I wanted to say about the art of translation.
Yes, sir.
Let me start with that before I go to your question. First of all, we really thank you for that. Now, in translation, Gospel Ninja, can you mute? You have background noise.
Hey, sorry.
In the world, in the business of translation, the language that communicates better is adopted, and that language might not necessarily and always follow the grammatical rules. So it is a language that communicates better. So sometimes you'll find that this is why we have various versions in the same language, the English language. Because because the English needs to communicate, because it is important that that English communicates to the audience that is even worried before you even say what you say, like that of Pedson. That's why we had the King James that had thy, thee. You remember that King James of thy, thee? Then there came the New King James, and then we had even other versions. Then we said good news can be even given to children at school. Then we have NLT. Then we have other and many others, because they're after the language. They're after the language. So if it is believed in, you need to go through all the English versions and follow. Burnt Bibles that had the Holy Ghost, but of course it is because Bujingo did not have this ability, and it is all right. Now, now you need to go, Peter, as an English teacher, you need to go through all the English versions, and you see what they are doing with that verse. You will notice that some of them are not even following those grammatical rules. They are after communicating a certain thing. So, and that is from your area. And I think we should come back here one day and then we talk about translations and versions. I think we need that time. Now, to go to your Greek business, to go now to the Greek. Now the Greek is a different world, because because the Greek and its cases is communicating a different thing. Okay? Some of those prepositions in English are not in Greek. And where there are prepositions in Greek, they are not in English. So it is really different and a different world for Greek and the English. And this is why we always advise people that if you're going to teach, you can preach, because preaching is almost motivating and inspiring. That is all right. But if you're going to teach, you need some little training in the Greek language so that you get to know the meaning exactly. Let me give you an example. The Ephesians chapter 2 verse 8 says, "For we are saved by grace through faith alone," isn't it? And John 3:16 says that whoever has faith in God, okay, shall be saved. Oh, actually, that's the English now, shall be saved. But the Greek says, whoever has the faith of this Jesus has eternal life. Now, that is the New Testament consistent translation of answering the question, is it faith in or faith of? Because when we come to how we are saved and by what means we are saved by, there is nothing of our contribution to our salvation, not even our faith. All we have done is to choose the faith of Jesus. The obedience is for Jesus Christ. The cross is for Jesus Christ. The death is his. The resurrection is his. He has credited all of that on our account. Our role as volitional beings is to continuously choose him and choose him alone. And choose to belong with him. Now, when you go to John 3:16, when you go to John 3:16, and then start from verse 1 that the gospel ninja actually introduced us to. He was from the beginning, and he was, and everything, both in the world, I mean, above the world, on the world, and underneath the world, was by him. So when it comes to salvation, everything is by him. 1, 2. Now, the word translated as belief in John 3:16, it is not belief, it is peace. That should be faith. It should be faith. Why? Because of that background, the what and the why that our brother actually communicated. I don't know whether that is useful, but that's what I can say for your question. Tom, you're welcome. Tom is one of the patients here. Tom is also sick. I hope you've gone to the doctor, and Jethro, our moderator, is also sick. You guys go to the doctor, and then after we shall pray. Good. Now, yes.
Pastor.
Mm.
What about I'm looking for James 2.
Peter, please. Peter, please don't disturb us. Please do not disturb us, please. Any other person with a question? Because it's just being stubborn.
Yes, Pastor. The next Wama.
Yes, let's have your question, Wama. Peter, mute, Peter, mute.
I have a sour throat, so muja kungumikiriza bannaye.
Violence.
Mute, Peter, mute. You wait until Jethro is the moderator. Is the one who entertains that disturbance. Yes, Arion.
The Bible warns us against using bad words towards others, and it encourages us to use good words as we address other people. That aside, in life, somebody can spoil your day by speaking negative words to you in the morning, and you'll have a bad day. Somebody can speak good words to you in the morning, and you'll have a good day. What is in these words? What is in this communication? Are there energies that we exchange? Are there energies that we throw onto others? Is it an energy that we get from people, either positive or energy, besides the words? What else is in those words that you speak a word and it affects the person you are speaking to? It actually affects and affects that person. Are there energies that we exchange? How do you explain that, Pastor? Thank you.
Okay, Brenda, have you heard the question? Nancha, Brenda, are you there?
Yes, I've heard the question.
Would you mind sharing your knowledge about the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I do mind.
You don't.
No, I don't.
Okay, sure. Continue.
Words are very powerful. Words are ideas They provoke ideas, and then from ideas they become creations that we live, and they become our experience. So the Bible is correct when it tells us that we should mind the words that we speak to others, because those words are not just.
Does the Bible say so?
That's what he said. That's what Tom said. He said,
Tom is not the Bible. So Tom, do you have a reference? Please let us be careful. Okay, but continue.
so words are, we should be mindful of the words that we speak, because they become creations, and they also become reference points for whoever they are spoken to. You can speak life into someone, and then you can also speak death into someone.
Okay.
So it is very important for you to carefully choose the words that you use.
Okay.
It is no wonder the Bible warns us on the tongue, when it says, when the Bible talks to us about the tongue,
Yes,
and how deadly it is. It
In
is
James.
it's especially speaking about words, because
I tell you, you've tested them from here.
No, I chased Peter. I chased Peter's James, not this James. Continue, Brenda.
Yeah, because it is from our tongue
The
comes
moderator
word.
to da.
Dictator, eh?
Brenda, continue. You leave these guys. You continue. They are in the gallery. Continue, Brenda.
Yeah, so when you speak positive affirmations about yourself, you begin to believe that idea, and then when you believe that idea, it gives you positive energy, and then you start the day, or you do whatever you're doing in that positive light. And the moment you speak negative words upon yourself, or someone comes when you're in that positive energy, and then they speak a negative thing towards you, and by some chance they happen to be to speak something true, you will even disregard all rational thought from you, that would disregard the words they have said, and then you end up believing what they have said to be true, and then immediately your countenance becomes fallen.
Okay. So the energy of words is in the believer of words.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you. Do you still have other points to make, or we invite another person?
We can
Yeah,
invite another.
Okay.
ask her.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Brenda, stay around. You have a question.
Okay.
My question is, do you have to hear the words, or if someone speaks, even if you haven't heard the words, the energy will still work?
Pardon?
Do you have
If
to hear the
you
words?
Is the recipient supposed to hear the words, or for you, as long as you've spoken, the one who is saying the words, even if the recipient hasn't heard the words, then the power is going to work?
I think it works more when you hear. That is why even when it comes to faith, we have to first hear. When we hear, we listen. When you hear, you contemplate upon those words, and then you formulate a conclusion.
So if the words are spoken and you haven't heard, they don't have any impact.
I think they can also have an impact, but that is on another level, not now, because we that is not on. I don't want to delve into that, but it can also become a reality.
Yeah,
That is why we have
for
concepts like casting and testing.
Brenda, for purposes of Pedson, who is here, can you briefly tell us how those words that the audience has not heard are influential to the audience that has not heard it, without going into the other large thing that you have warned us against? Because that is this question specifically.
Yeah,
How are they influential if you didn't hear them? And yet you told us that the energy of words is in the believer. How can someone believe in what they have not heard so that they can have impact on themselves?
Yeah, because believing in those words is one dimension.
Okay.
And then also I can make a creation in your world through my speaking. That is why we make prayers. I can make prayers and against you, and I plead my case and my cause, and I ensure that you receive that bad energy.
Oh, okay.
You can receive a curse and you can receive a blessing as well.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Any other person about the question of Ariong?
Yeah, before another person comes, I would like clarity from Brenda.
Yes.
Okay.
Brenda, can you please clarify? You seem to use two statements that are contradicting. You say that the believer in these words gives these words ability to have energy and affect. Meaning, if somebody does not believe, if he hears the words and doesn't believe that way, then there is no effect.
It can be that, and then it can also not be that.
But again, you said that these words, if said even without the recipient hearing them, these words are creative.
Yes.
So what did you mean when you said that these words derive their energy from the beliefs of those ones hearing them? What did you mean?
Like I said, I think I already mentioned this, that there is not only one dimension to this. So in one dimension, when I speak to you and you hear this word and you can believe it, and then it becomes a reality in your life. In the other dimension, I can speak to you, you do not believe this word, but I have made a creation and it becomes a reality. In another dimension, you may not even be around, and I am wherever I am, and I make a prayer, to bless or to curse, and then it still becomes a reality in your life.
So what Ariong, words have energy in different dimensions. Thank you, Brenda. Well, let's have Gospel Ninja because he's new here. Yes, Gospel Ninja.
Well, I'm sorry.
After you, we shall have some.
So this what Brenda is saying is based on belief.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, good. If it is because and that has nothing to do with Christianity. Right? No, I'm sorry. I went off.
Yes.
No. According to me.
Yes.
I'm just clarifying because I'm just verifying, just checking because I'm thinking, does she have an example of one of the things? Because when she says, I can say, I can speak, I can cast, I can bless, does she have an example of any of those things in those dimensions that she has spoken, said, declared, cast, blessed?
I can give you an example in the Bible.
So you
want me to tell you something in my reality?
From your experience.
In all where you have seen, because when you're invoking the one in the Bible, they're not explaining as it is in the Bible.
Okay, for instance, let me tell you a story of someone who but I'll not expose who their name is, but they told me this.
Worry.
So this particular person committed a crime against another. So when they committed a crime against this person wanted to retaliate and have them go into prison. When this one learned that this is what this one wants, this person wants me to go into prison. Okay, no problem. That person went and made certain prayers. to this,
Okay.
made certain prayers, and then he also went to the police station, did particular things, and they refused, and he failed to take this person to prison. So when the other person did whatever they are supposed to do to take this person to prison, and it refused, then he decided, I'm going to take this person to court. This one would go do certain things and make prayers against that. And so this person was like, oh, okay, they have refused in this court. Okay, I'll take it into another court, which is higher than this one, because he thought maybe he's bribing these ones. And when this person heard it, he was like, hey, that is what you want from me. Okay, no problem. Now I'm going to make sure that you rotate around and be rotating around and never getting to that place. So the person said whatever they said and did those particular things. And this person rotated and rotated and rotated and rotated and rotated.
So what was the word? We are still waiting for the word.
The word, and the thing is that the other one wanted to take this one to prison. He kept saying, whether he likes it or not, I am going to make sure that at least he goes into that cell and sleeps there at least one night and I be satisfied. Then this one was like, hey, that is what you're saying. I'm telling you, it is never going to happen. And now you are going to start being confused and rotating around and rotating around and rotating around.
Gospel Ninja, there is your example. There is your example, Gospel Ninja.
No, I understand. So this is based on belief. It has nothing to do with faith, biblical faith. That's very helpful. Thank you.
It even had nothing to do with the other person to whom they were bringing this confusion did not necessarily believe or even understand, or even know this one's plan. You get?
Brenda, did you get the point? Did you get the point of Gospel Ninja?
What is the point?
He's asking you what that example has to do with biblical faith, as
biblical faith and the dimensions of belief.
Yes.
You know, as you elaborated the dimensions of, for example, Jesus is not at Jairus' home, but he speaks a word, right? You know, or it's like these days people say possess, confess and possess by word, you know, or declare. Like you use an example of bless and curse. Even if I'm not present, I can speak something, and it locates you wherever you are. You know, that's the language. Yes. So that's what you're saying. According to belief or the Bible.
I'm not understanding.
Okay.
That's why you need to mute Brenda and then listen in. Now that you even came late when we talked about faith and belief, I think that was the challenge. Can I have Peter? Yes, Peter.
Yeah. Yes. I would like to thank you very much, Brenda. Yeah, Brenda, you are saying something. Yeah. And I would like to thank Gospel Ninja. You're very much welcome. We are so excited to hear from you. Please come again and come always. Words are like food plates. They're like serving saucers. We have one of greens, one of beef, one of groundnuts, one of maybe chicken, and so on. So a simple word like I am sorry can restore a full nation, and it can avert a war. A simple word like I am sorry. And a simple word like nonsense can create a war and tear walls. A simple word like Uganda stops at this border can create a war or can create peace. Words are like serving plates. Some plates serve you with carbohydrates, another plate of vitamins, another of proteins, another of refugees, another vitamin B, another.
But
Another.
Mr. Selbit, the question is, where is the energy of the sorry and where is the energy of the nonsense?
The energy lies in three things. Number one, the word. Number two, the sayer of the word. And number three, the recipient of the word. If I say nonsense and I say it in English, and you have no clue of that, but I've said it in your hearing, there is no power. In other words, omuyembe guwooma ng'omaze gukombako era gukaawa ng'omaze gukombako. So
where is the power in the word? Because you say it is in three things.
The power of the word is in the word, in the hearing of the recipient who understands what that word symbolizes, and in the sayer who said that word.
Well, my question is the energy independent in those three or all together?
All together. They are not independent. If there is no power.
Okay, good. So they are supposed to continue. You are done?
I'm done.
Okay. Bob, you want to come in? Or Nicholas, are you there? Is Nicholas all right?
Yes, I'm here, but...
Number 7, the second, no comment from me.
Okay, yes. Nicholas, let's have the but.
Yeah, let me just listen in today.
Oh, okay. So Tom, what have you collected so far from the responses given by the brothers and sisters?
I think I'm more confused there.
Come on. Now that word confused is a powerful word and it has energy and it has discouraged all of us.
Because if
Isaiah.
Yes,
me, my what I think about Tom's question is the question I was asking leader say is that I think what matters is you who has listened to what they have said to you, and how you want to perceive it. So the power is so much on the recipient, because if they say anything and you haven't heard, then really there's nothing much. So who has heard and how you perceive it, then the power will be created there. Because if words were that powerful, the bad words they say about people like Museveni, by now he'll be dead. The leader was telling us that she can curse. If words were that powerful, then we would not be having such people like because really not everyone likes everyone. You find that people who like you in this country are very few. And the people who probably don't like you are maybe more than what people who like. So if words were that powerful, that you can just speak and something happens on someone, then really will be in a proper mess. So me, I think you who has heard and how you seriously take what you've heard is where the power lies.
Yes, because that's why I was pushing Seruvide to the philosophical mind of Seruvide to tell us whether the word, the sayer, and the listener are independently powerful. But he corrected that by telling us that no, they are collectively powerful. And that's why I wanted Seruvide to let people understand that the words that are not listened to have no energy. And they might have an energy to you who have said it and you have listened to that word. I guess Seruvide needs to warn us that when you utter a word and there is no audience, you are the audience.
Yes, I'm listening, Pastor.
So whatever you say to no audience, you are the audience. Therefore, the impact of that word will have no alternative but you.
So pastor meaning,
yes,
belief, understanding, and interpretation of the sayer and the recipient are key
yes,
to giving power to these words,
Uh-huh.
or making these words lose power and having no impact.
Yes, but the major one is the audience. So the power of words is in the reaction of the audience. It is the audience that gives the words the power. Not the word is not powerful until the audience gives it power. Gospel Ninja come in.
Yo awo wokute walungi nnyo
Yes.
nti olaba ekigambo kya Mukama Katonda, if you reject it, if you disregard it, if you don't hear it and take it seriously, it's not in, it hasn't come to you as a person in vain because it has to execute its work. But its power is or its essence is accomplished if you, because Mukama knowing the power of his word, yalwala jabuzi ne drone na kuyola buyozi na kukuba. But there is a way he knows, he not that he respects, but he knows he has created us with the faculties to receive the word, to hear it, to understand it, and respond to it. Short of that, it's going to be useless to you. And you know very well, there are those that have had it and they have left it there. Kati waliwo olugero lwe tulina mu Luganda, ebikolemo by'enkoko tebikola ki? Tebita kamunye. Tekitegeeza nti kamunye eba tebiwulidde. Kamunye eba ebiwulidde. Banne tetugenda mu ebyo, simanyi baani bali ku koola eno, sibiyingiramu. Ntya drone.
Gospel Ninja, yes wali ne bakutwalayo Yesu ajja kusembeza tofaayo obeera mugumu.
Abasajja bakusikamu olwala gwe ddamu ebyo bya Yesu ajja kukola ki gwe ddaawe. Kati labayo kamunye ewulira ebigambo ebyo.
Let's go back to English for our audience.
Yes, sorry, yes. The Baganda have a saying that the curses of a chicken do not kill a hawk. Oh, yes, it's a hawk, right? The one that snatches or catches its chicks and eats them. So the hawk will take your chick and go. And even if the chicken curses, whoopee. And even if the hawk hears the curses, they won't do anything. Why? Because the hawk is not threatened by those curses, and they mean nothing to it. And so, and my analogy might be short, might fall short, but here, the point I'm making is that words will be spoken.
Yes.
If you reject them, that's why you hear people say, don't let words get under your skin. The words that will be spoken, you will hear them, but you will not allow them to get under your skin. That's even provocation or flattery, whatever it is. You allow them to get under your skin, to get your mind, and then you respond according to how much you have allowed them to do. And that means you hand them power. Short of that, they will be powerless. Someone will speak them and they will linger around but have no power over you. And I think that I think that's the point I was hearing you making, that the hearer, the listener, has a place in giving power to words. The word of God is different. Yes.
Thank you. So Tom, there you are. We have concluded in this call that words do not have power until they are given that power and energy by the audience. And we would like to encourage all our listeners that maybe your parent cursed you, that curse became efficient because you believed. Maybe your pastor cursed you because and then the curse of your pastor became effective because you believed. So the power of words is in belief in those words. Well, Brenda says that she doesn't agree with our conclusion, and to be fair, she should be the last now to speak. Before Brenda
No,
comes,
she doesn't have to. Okay, if she's going to be the last, let me then come first.
okay, that's what I was looking for.
I asked this question because at my age, I have had many words spoken, observed my life. These words have impacted my life. What I've realized is not because the sayers had the power within them to say this, but because I gave the authority of power to the words when I received them. But again, there are those words I have ignored, and they have had no effect on me. And I've also had people say that your auntie, your father, your mother, or your granddie can be in Karamoja and say a word, and that word has impact on you even when you've not had it. In terms of curses, I've also seen people who don't like interacting with other people, because whenever they are with them, they are uneasy because of the words that these other people speak. And then there are people who like to be around some people because of the words that these other people speak. So ideally, what I have learned and believed strongly is that the words themselves have no power and energy, but you, the recipient, has the mantle or the steering or the key to open for these words to have an effect on you, either positive or negative.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brenda, you have 1 minute. You have 1 minute to disagree, and then we close this meeting.
Whilst I agree with that one dimension.
Brenda, please unmute.
Okay.
Yes,
So whilst
okay.
I agree with this one dimension, which you guys have accepted, it is also a reality that this other dimension is also a reality. For instance, the Lord encouraged us that when you realize that your brothers are weak, the solution should be, when you go and you're praying, pray for them that they should be strengthened, and indeed they shall be strengthened. So you pray, you implant these words, and they become a reality in their lives. So these people become strengthened because you are speaking words into them that they may be strengthened. So it is a reality that whilst you need to hear, even when you're not there, someone can speak into you a blessing or a curse, and then it becomes a reality, either of them.
Okay. Fine. We will. We have. Thank you very much, everyone. We have a WhatsApp forum. We can continue this discussion over there. It is always advisable that we continue these discussions. We have recordings there. We have a YouTube channel where we record all our sessions. I would like to encourage all of us to continue subscribing to our YouTube channel, listening to those, reading our blog, coming up with questions. I would like to thank each and every one of you who attended today. Gospel Ninja, the official names are, Petson, what are the official names again of Gospel Ninja?
It's called Reverend Raymond Bukenya.
Yes, Reverend Raymond. Reverend Raymond, you're welcome. There's another favorite Reverend here, Reverend Nicholas Mukwana. We are so blessed by your brains. The Anglican Church has blessed us so much. It is a non-denominational fellowship here. We welcome each and everyone, believers, non-believers, those with faith, those without faith, pagans, etc. Yes, Mukwana, the last word, and then we close this meeting because your hand is up.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I can say I have 1 minute. Chair, I wanted to tell my colleagues here that my defense is on Monday next week at 10 at Macquarie University. I have 1 week to prepare. I would request, humbly invite all of you to attend. If
Is
you
it
have
on Monday or Tuesday?
Monday.
Oh.
Monday.
Okay. You share the link and then we divide ourselves. Some here, some on the defense.
Okay.
Okay.
No, it will be in the morning. It will be in the morning.
Oh, okay. That's better. Monday in the morning, what time?
Yeah, 10 to 1.
10 to 1.
Hey,
You will share the link on the WhatsApp group and then we follow the proceedings.
Yeah, Isaiah.
Yes.
Then also, next Monday we're supposed to discuss the marriage bill. Eh?
Okay.
But Reverend Raymond accepted. That's why he even came in today.
That's
then I'm going to contact the lawyer, the one who was the Christian lawyer.
Yes. Yes, let's through our moderator. I am not the chairman. I am just standing in for the chairman and the moderator, Mr. Jethro Samba, and then you guys will let us know. For us, we are here to attend.
Okay.
We are here to attend. So may God bless you. Do you guys believe in prayer or thanksgiving? We'd like to thank you, God, for this session. Thank you for each and every one. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. Now, that is what Brenda was saying. This prayer will have power on you if you believe in it.
And they are words, by the way. Those are words you're saying. Those are words.
Brenda.
God bless you, all of you. I love you.